In this episode, we are going to talk about Instagram marketing tools and everything you need to know, the best strategies, campaigns, techniques, and new trends of this year. Also, I have an awesome bonus for you guys with 5 best Instagram marketing tools that you should use. Stay tuned. What's up, marketers? It's Vlad from Planable in our latest episode of People of Marketing. And People of Marketing is a show created by marketers for marketers. Everything you need to know, the struggles, the industry, and everything what's happening around the world. People of Marketing is powered by Planable, a content collaboration platform for marketing teams to help you create, collaborate, schedule, and publish social media content in one single place. This year, we are going to talk about Instagram marketing trends. So, Instagram is one of the most hugely popular social networks this year. It drives a lot of engagement for your company. It also drives a lot of ROI and proves it actually compared to any other social network. It's also great for paid traffic, customer support, customer engagement, and also to prove the awareness of your brand. Why is that? Let me prove it to you by hard data. So, as of June 2018, Instagram has more than 1 billion active users worldwide. It's also the second most engaged social media platform next to the Facebook. Instagram is growing 5 times faster than any other social media platforms in the United States. Also, it has more than 25 million businesses already advertising on the platform. Okay, now that I've proven to you why Instagram works and why it's a big deal, let's jump directly to the Instagram trends of this episode. Trend number 1, Nano Influencers. Probably the biggest debate of the last couple of years and even bigger of this year, it's Instagram influencers and why they're a big deal. So it has been already proven dozens of times that influencers are raising awareness and are helping your brand get more sales and everything else you need to actually become a successful brand online. We know that 70% of millennials are influenced by the recommendations of their peers, then it comes up to the buying decisions. So this is why influencers are a big deal when it comes to making a buying decision, by the recommendations that we are making about the product, service, location, and even something that you use from day to day or maybe once a year. And this year, working with influencers should be different. So if you are not Coca-Cola or a big brand, you should definitely understand that working with a big influencers should be a big no. They are expensive, they are complicated to reach, and it's actually very hard to even start working with them. That's why if you're a small and medium brand, you should start thinking of working with nano influencers, or how I call them, the double niche influencers. Let me just give you a couple of examples on that. So nano influencers are actually influencers in a niche of another niche. So if we just think of a couple examples, these are influencers like dropshipping bamboo products or Belgian craft beer or meal prep for vegans up to 30 years old. I mean, you get the point. These are people highly specific with a niche and they have a highly specific target audience that we are working with. And also they have a highly engaged community on Instagram because these are the people that are really enjoying what we post, what we share on Instagram, both posts, stories, and also IGTV. So how to find this kind of nano influencers? They typically have between 10K and 50K followers on Instagram. Also, they have a high engagement rate on all of their content. And also they have a very authentic followers base. All of their content seems to be enjoyed by all of your followers. Trend number 2, taking influencers on vacation and offline events. So in 2018, we've seen more offline events than ever before. A lot of fashion and beauty companies have started to organize more offline events and inviting influencers to be part of it. It seems to be like the new strategy on social media, especially on Instagram. One of the best examples is by Benefit. So in 2018, they organized a launch party inviting dozens of influencers to be part of it for their newest mascara called Bad Gal Bang. All of it was organized in London with more than 250 guests, and it got a lot of buzz on social media. A specially designed spaced theme in London was the key to this Instagram marketing strategy. All of the influencers were creating Instagram posts and also stories in order to drive engagement to the newest launch. According to the agency, there were more than 35 million mentions just on Instagram alone. And also all of them were using the hashtag #BadGal, and everybody knew about their latest mascara launch. Also, part of this launch, Benefit invited all of them to a trip to Maldives. A truly out-of-this-world experience, and it proves that this trend is here to stay on Instagram. More and more brands are organizing Instagram-worthy offline events as part of their latest social media and PR strategies. Inviting influencers has been proven as one of the best strategies to use this year. It will create a lot of social media buzz, engagement, and also will drive sales to your latest product or service. Yes, I said sales because it has been already proven dozens of times that Instagram influencers are proving the ROI for your brand. So if you are a small and medium businesses, think about how can you integrate this as part of your whole digital marketing strategy. Trend number 3, Instagram Stories. Instagram Stories is a fun way to interact with your audience, and it's an easy way to do that for both businesses and regular people. It also has a lot of features for both parties. And you can do a lot of stuff with the Instagram Stories. You can easily share what's happening at your latest events or behind the scenes in your company, present the people that you're working with, or just show even your desk and what are you working on today. And there are tons of features that you should be using with the Instagram Stories. Let me tell you a couple of them. The first tip when using Instagram Stories is that you should use both hashtag and location stickers. So we already know that both hashtags and locations are easily discoverable in the Explore section. So by using the hashtag and location stickers, you can easily put yourself in front of the people in the Explore section organically, and they can easily discover your brand. The second one is that you should use links in Instagram Stories. Unfortunately, it's available only for businesses or Instagram accounts that have more than 10K followers on Instagram, but it will drive a ton of engagement to your pages. For example, you can easily use it for the latest product launch page or a special campaign that you're organizing, or just you want to share your website or everything that you do right now. You can easily use the links in the Instagram Stories. It's highly effective. And the next tip is on tagging other accounts in your Instagram Stories. So imagine this situation. You can easily just start a collaboration with any influencers that you want, especially the favorite ones, just by creating an Instagram Stories and then tagging their accounts in your Instagram Stories post. Then they will see this as a notification, and then you can easily just start the collaboration with them in the same day probably. How cool is that? And the next one is emoji sliders. So it's a highly effective way to drive engagement to your Instagram account. You can easily just ask a question about your favorite product or your latest event or your latest update that you have in your company, and then your users can simply just vote by sliding to the left or to the right with the emojis that you select right there. It's super simple to use. And the last hidden feature in Instagram Stories is asking a question. I love this feature just because you can start a simple and personal communication with your followers and users. Ask a question just by using the sticker, and then your users can simply submit their votes that you will see in the direct messages of your account, and then you can publish these answers in your Instagram post in the same time. Trend number 4, Instagramable location. So it has become already a cliche and socially acceptable thing to take a picture in front of a beautiful location. And when speaking of a beautiful location, I don't actually mean this, I mean an Instagrammable location. And I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. And businesses already started implementing this as one of the strategies when creating their own space, like a fair or restaurants or co-working spaces, to create Instagrammable locations in the space that they have in order for people to take pictures, which will allow them to tag the location of the space to create more exposure. It's always nice to hang out in a place that tons of people are admiring, and you can invite your friends or partners or influencers that you want to work with in order to start taking photos in these Instagrammable locations. And the most funny thing is that there are tons of locations that people have never been in
or have never visited but only heard and seen them on Instagram, and they have been obsessed by the fear of missing out to make sure that they finally visit this one day. Or some people even travel to a restaurant in somewhere in Norway just to take a picture of the fish that's on the plate that has been created beautifully. And if you are a business owner, you can definitely start thinking about this right now. Think of ways to create your space in a beautiful way. It doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be a room or the full space that you create. Think of integrating this as a simple corner, or just a chair, or a table, or just a couple of flowers in your space, or just beautiful pictures or posters or images or text posts. I don't know, whatever you want, but just start looking for inspiration on Instagram or Pinterest or Facebook or Twitter, and you can definitely do this. I'm sure you can. And now it's time for our bonus section that I promised you in the beginning of this video. So the first tool that we'll speak about is Planable. Yes, exactly the same platform that you see on my t-shirt right now. Planable is the command center for marketing teams, agencies, and freelancers. This is one place for you to create posts, leave feedback, invite any stakeholders that you want, like account managers, copywriters, legal people, or anyone else to contribute to your content, and then you can easily just publish the content directly to social media in one single click. And the next platform is Social Insider. It's the perfect platform if you're looking to track your competitors and gather reports. You can simply just start the app and then add a couple of your competitors and start tracking their strategies, campaign, or techniques that we are using, and start implementing them directly for your own brand. And the third app that I love using is VSKO. So it started as a community of photographers, but then quickly evolved into a photo editing app. And it has everything else that you need. For example, filters or adjusting settings for your images like brightness, lightness, saturation, contrast, and everything else in one single place. You really should start using this. And that's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, or subscribe to this channel. And if you have any ideas or suggestions to the topic, please send them on in the comment section. Bye. Thank you.